If you're watching this, you've probably blow accounts, you don't know how to take a loss, and you are struggling to get funded. So what I'm going to do in this video is show you exactly how you can get funded in under 90 days and how you can control your losses as an emotional trader. Now, not only have I used this strategy, but I've also taught it to hundreds of students within the past 2 years. And I've seen countless amounts of results very quickly. This way of trading and this psychological approach to trading changed my life forever and also changed hundreds of my students as well. Now, I almost failed out of high school senior year, so if I can do this, so can you. Now, the huge conception that a lot of people have when coming into the market is you need a lot of capital, a lot of personal capital. And that statement is false. You do not need tons of capital of your own. You can leverage other people's money to your benefit. So enough talking, let's get right into this video. So who am I? My name is Angelo. If you guys don't know who I am, I've been training for the past 4, almost 5 years, and I've been teaching for over the past 2. Now, not only over these past 2 years have I seen huge results for myself, but I've seen huge results for my students as well. I was almost forced into working a hard labor job for the rest of my life, but I knew in the back of my head that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to do something with my life besides working for someone else. I loved the freedom. I was a very lazy kid. I always liked playing video games. I always liked chilling at home. I was an introvert, right? So I did not want to go out every single day, clock into a job, and work for someone else's dream while I'm just getting paid the bare minimum. So I had a dream my entire life, always, of success, but I knew that I wanted to make money from the comfort of my own home. So while there was a virus going around in the world, I was just sitting in my bed, as I did always, scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and I found someone on Instagram that you guys know who it is. It's a huge trader, Q-Banks. He had a lot of cars that I loved, and I wanted to do that. So I looked into his page, I saw he had a group, I joined the group, and from there, I learned every single day how to get to this point that I am at now. But that did not come from me losing huge trades and winning minimal. And that also did not come from me switching strategies every single other day that the strategy didn't work or if I took a loss. And I stuck to the same thing every single day, even if I lost, even if I won, even if I got down on myself, even if I felt depressed or if I felt sad because I kept losing, I wasn't making money, I wasn't in the position I wanted to be in. I knew that I was myself holding myself back, not any strategy. There's no golden strategy. There's nothing that can help you go from being emotionally unstable to being a perfect robot within the market. So I was broke. Not a lot of people come from bare minimal money. I did not have much money. I came from, as you can see right here, I had $80 in my bank account. $80, right? The next picture, I was working HVAC. I worked that job for 3 days and then I quit. Not only that, I told the boss and the person I was running the company that I was going to focus on my own company and my own brand. And obviously, like every single person in the real world, they don't see your ambition, they don't see your goals, they don't see what's really possible outside of a traditional 9-to-5 hard labor job. Fast forward a couple years, as you guys can see, I have multiple high 4-5-figure students crushing it every single month. And keep in mind, this isn't just a simple technical strategy. It is all psychological. And now I live the life that I've always dreamed of having. I can do what I want on my own time. I can buy what I want whenever I want. I have no one telling me what to do because I stuck to one thing and I made sure that I showed up and did what I had to do every single day and built good habits. Now you guys show up to the market and you perform bad habits every single day thinking you're going to get to a higher point when you're not. Time is the greatest asset that you have in life. So what I'm showing you guys right now is very crucial if you understanding and grasping. Adam right here, I am just 18, managed to quit college, changed my life around completely. I was just a loser teenager who never understood how important it was to make money. Changed my ways, that's to Angelo. Now not only that, he bought his dream car, he bought watches for himself, he bought some real estate, and moved his mom out to a different country, only 18. Now this is what happens when you understand that you can take big losses and you have to stick to small losses, control your emotions when you're in the market, and make sure you let your runners run. Don't let your losers run, let your winners keep going until it hits TP. Now what you guys need to do is you need to cut down your losses and maximize your wins. Stop cutting your winners short and stop extending your stop loss, over leveraging, or thinking the trade's going to go in your way, just getting rid of your stop loss and thinking, oh, I'm going to get a couple more positions. Before you know it, you blew your account. Next up, we have Raya. Raya joined me a couple months ago back in May, and now she is a high 5-figure trader. She decided to invest in herself because she was tired of making the same mistakes, stressing herself out trying to find proper zones and proper entry points so her trades can actually win. And now she is one of my top students. She has had an interview from Top Step. She has had over 25K payouts from Top Step at once. And she, like I said, she has had multiple 5-figure days. And that is simply because she stuck to what she had to do and she didn't go off the rails every single time she took a loss. So in today's video, what I want to show you is RROP Trading Simplified. I want to show you a case study from 0 to 50K in under 4 months. And lastly, I want to show you a step-by-step scaling method that we can take from 0 to 50 to 0 to 100K in the next 8 months. Everything you know about trading is a lie. Trading courses are not what you think it is. People buy hundreds of trading courses. They think they're going to find the best strategy. They think they're going to find the best mentor. They think they're going to find something that's just going to be 100% win rate or a higher win rate than the last strategy. And they're going to keep switching around, buying tons of courses when they can just stick to one thing. Most education is complete garbage and is all just fillers. Now, capital. People think they're going to make tons of money, flip small accounts into huge million-dollar accounts, from looking at gurus online, doing these small account flips to multiple 6-figure flips. It is just not reasonable in the long term. But you don't need to trade with your own capital. You can leverage prop firms to have multiple 6-figure funded accounts. And from there, you're able to scale. Think about it. If you have a small account, you're going to be risking a lot every single trade. Whereas if you're on a higher capital account with $100,000, $200,000, $500,000, $1 million in funding, you don't need to risk much to make a lot. And a lot of people, they have overload. They have education overload. They have knowledge overload where you need to sit down. What I did was I focused on one single thing. The less that I applied was the quicker that I was able to take myself to success. I was a struggling day trader for 2 years and it was very stressful. So me locking in and understanding that I was myself holding myself back, that took me from point A all the way to point Z where I needed to go. So what I'm about to show you is very low risk but very high reward. But the thing is we're not just gambling, we're not just buying or selling at random points, we are dissecting the market completely. So with this, you will have a way higher success rate than these traditional courses that you're going to find online. Not only that, but this is backed by hundreds and hundreds of students, results, and testimonials over the past 2 years. And I can say very proudly that ROP changed my life completely. And this is a skill that I will never be able to unlearn. So I know you guys are very intrigued into what I'm about to show you, so let's get right into it. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of case studies before we get into the technicals. Vig is one of my best students. He's had interviews, he's had multiple 5-figure payouts, consistent payouts as well. Next up, Ryan. I made sure that I took him to his very first payout ever. Now, following up with that, Neil bought a limited edition Shelby Raptor. And last but not least, Aladdin came to me struggling. He did not know what to do at all. And what we did was we took him from a struggling, unprofitable trader to finally getting him a payout. So, how does this work? Let me show you. This is the magic of RROP. David right here has been absolutely smashing it. He had almost $10,000 made within September alone. Next up is TK. I've known this man for a while, and I can proudly say that he is now in the top 5 top students of mine. Within the past month, he has went from being unprofitable to being a multi-5-figure day trader. And Chair, he was struggling. He came to me wanting to understand how to actually pass a prop firm, how to actually get a payout, and before you know it, we did exactly that. Now, these are just a few testimonials of mine. I don't want to go in depth. I don't want to bore you guys with all the testimonials proving to you that this is magic. So this is the 0 to 5-figure case study right here. One of my top students, Raya. She came to me struggling to find zones, struggling to get her entry points, and before you know it, she has made over 25K within one withdrawal, within 5 trading days, and she has had multiple and countless amounts of 5-figure days following that. So here we are. We are in the technical side of RROP. Now, how I truly went from being a failing, a struggling, and inconsistent trader to being a consistent, profitable trader, and also showing hundreds of people the way as well, is understanding market structure, understanding price action, understanding the story that the market is trying to tell us on a daily basis. And this was my first step of achieving success. viewing the market. So the way that we want to trade this is look at the highs and look at the lows that are being formed. If we are in a bearish trend, what we need to do is we want to look at the high that broke previous lows, forming a new lower low right here. So we want to trade off these highs from this high right here to then target this previous low that broke previous lower lows to the left. And this is a prime example of true price action and true market structure moving with the trend. Now, bullish structure. Once we break up forming our structure shift, we can then target lows to then target the highs. Our entry points will be at the low, and obviously our CP will be at the highs. So as you can see right here, we form a new lower low, but then we instantly break up, breaking previous lower highs, forming a new higher high. So all we want to do is we want to retarget that lower low that formed that higher high to then ride it up to break these highs that just formed to then make new higher highs to the right. And it is simple as that. This is market structure. You can trade this with any strategy, but that doesn't matter. You need to focus on doing the same thing and putting out proper energy to receive the energy you want back from the markets. Step number 2 that showed me success within the market is understanding liquidity. I needed to understand where the stop losses were being held and where the markets and the market makers, or whatever you want to call them, needed to take out, right? So previously, maybe I was getting in right here. I wanted to enter in a sell because this was the last high that broke the previous low, right? So we have a lower high and we have a lower low. Okay, I want to target that lower high right here to then ride it down to that lower low. Well, what happens? I got stopped out. Why? Because we did not have a sweep of these highs yet. And this is not a true break structure. You need to understand market structure. You need to understand break structures. Break structures are this: full candle closures breaking past previous highs. Whereas this right here, this is not a break of this previous low right here. You need to understand that. You need to understand, okay, we had swept this previous low. We come up to sweep these previous highs right here to then target these lows. Okay, then we can get into these sells to then write it down to this low that's formed previously. Make sure that you're keeping up with me because this is very important. And the third step that took me to being consistent is trading, learning and reviewing from other traders. Now, I never had a true mentor, but what I did is I looked online. I researched and studied all day long, reviewing and seeing what other traders were doing and inputted it into my own strategy, into my own way of trading. I understood the ins and outs of every thought and every reasoning that entered not only my brain, but other like-minded individuals around me as well. And this is what helped me excel. This is what took me from being stressed, from being, okay, what am I gonna do? What if this doesn't work out, to understanding the way the market moves, understanding the motions that go into trading, and understanding how I can truly take myself to consistently profitable and not have to worry about failing ever again. Reviewing and understanding your losses is going to help you. Losses are inevitable. You're never going to not take losses in trading. So what you need to do is you need to learn how to take advantage of that. You need to learn and understand why you're taking these losses and fix why you're losing all the time. And this is the beauty of trading. You need to make sure that you're writing down all your trades. You need to write down why you're losing, why you're winning, and how you can take those losses and turn them into winners over time and adapt to the way that you're able to trade personally. I understood that just copying someone was not going to take me to profitability. What was going to take me to that point was understanding why I'm losing, to understand why I am making the same mistakes every single day. Now, I accelerated my trading not only by watching the informational content, but also understanding that it had to correlate to the way that I traded personally. I knew that there was not any holy grail, so I had to stick with one single thing. Instead of looking for that holy grail, I focus on a strategy that I've seen work for others and myself as well. If you can take one win with the strategy, you can take 10. You can take 100. You can take 1,000. You need to just stick with it, and this is where a lot of traders fail. Now, last but not least, I use prop firms to my own advantage. This is the best time to learn how to truly scale. And I scale not by making a $100 account and turning it into $1 million. What I did is instead, I learned that that would not work over time. I needed a large sum of money, and I wasn't going to get that by myself. I couldn't get it from a bank because I had no credit. I was young, so I started looking into prop firms. I bought the account. I passed the challenge, and from there, I worked on getting payouts. Now, the more payouts that I received is the more accounts that I bought, and I scaled my capital up. Now, instead of having a $200 account, I then had a $200,000 account over time. And this is what compounding really is. I focused on something that worked, not only for me, but for other people around me that I watched, and then I put it into the repetitions. I made sure I formed the muscle memory to make sure that it worked for me over time. Now here you are, I'm going to show you a wall of testimonials even if I haven't shown you enough. These are just a few of my traders that have insane amounts of results. This is just a gigantic wall right here, right? Besides the point, Aiden came to me and he was struggling. He did not know what to do. He's invested into multiple people, multiple mentorships, multiple courses, and guess what? What I did was I showed him exactly the strategy that I used to change my life. And before you know it, I built a close relationship with him, but not only that, he has passed multiple accounts and he's gotten his first payout. Long story short, the opportunity to succeed in the markets right now is limitless. There has been absolutely no better time than now to start. And all it took from me was just a few simple critiques within my plan, within my habits, and within my strategy. So only you can make that change. You can either continue holding your own self back, or you can steer onto a path that will help you make 2025 the best year of your trading journey. You need to stop making the same mistakes every single day. You need to stop looking for the golden strategy. You need to stop looking for the golden ticket out like Willy Wonka, because there is none. All it has to take is one simple fix. So moral of the story, stick to one strategy. Stop taking these big losses. Stop doing the same mistakes every single day. Stop switching from strategy to strategy, and lock in on one single thing and do it every single day. And this is exactly why I know that you can change your life. I know that you can go from a struggling to a profitable trader finally. Now, this is why I know that you can be successful. You can do what you want to do. But you need to stick what I tell you to do. You need to hold yourself accountable. You need to submit your journals. You need to submit your homework. You need to join all the calls. You need to join all the live trading calls, because I can help you get funded within the next 90 days. If you are interested, make sure to click the link below and let's get on a call.